Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of 92 Plates Foodie Club. Yes, I am back and I'm glad to be back. It's been a very busy few months. Haven't had a chance to record much, so this is going to be a brand new episode. This is in the new format as well, so I hope you like it. Please leave a comment below, like, subscribe, all of that kind of stuff, and let's get to it. Okay, so hello.
Hello. Hi.
How are you feeling right now? Let's start with that.
Good. I'm excited. I'm a little
Yeah.
nervous. Never really done. I don't really talk to people. So.
And how's your
good.
hangover?
I'm doing better now.
Yeah.
I'm about there. I was not feeling fresh this morning. I'm not gonna lie, but I have just about gotten back to like human levels of life. Yeah.
The McDonald's sorted you out.
The McDonald's Domino's combo here was what was needed. Just a full day of grease to like get me back.
Absorb all that alcohol.
Oh my god, yeah. But no, doing all right now. I'm here. I'm present.
Good.
And how are you?
Good. Yes, I'm very good. Very tired. Long day work, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Did you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. So I am Annabelle. I am EatsbyAnnabelle on Instagram. I'm 24. I work in social media, so I spend my entire life on Instagram. I don't know. I eat a lot. I drink a lot, apparently. Just kind of living life. I have MS, so a lot of my food stuff is like eating with MS and kind of trying to figure out how to sort of maybe impact that through food and stuff like that. And that is me. Yeah.
So when did you find out that you had MS? Has it been since you were born, or?
Oh God, no. I found out I was diagnosed with MS in August of last year. Okay. So just under a year ago. It was 4 days before my 24th birthday. So
wow.
Really great birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, literally. It's like happy birthday week. Good luck.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. So just under a year ago now.
Wow. So have you had to change your eating because of it then?
I'm trying to be honest. Like, yes, you should. Well, right. It's kind of one of those things where it's like there are certain ways of eating and drinking and stuff which are better for you, and certain things that worse, certain things that are like more inflammatory and stuff like that. So I'm kind of trying, but I'm not perfect with it. I'm not always not always as good as I maybe should be, but I think that's human, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I assume you know the consequences that are going to happen if you eat like that, and you're like, I'm going to accept them because I want that.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Like, I mean, like the odd day like today where I eat loads of crap isn't going to do anything terrible. But if I had like a month of eating like that, I know that would be bad. Like, and drinking, like aside from yesterday, I don't really drink that much anymore. Stuff like that.
Well, that was free. That was free for you and unlimited. So
free, and there was a lot, and it was fancy too. Like free fancy drinks is always going to be my downfall, because then I get to feel really fancy without having to like bankrupt myself to do
it. Did you want to explain to everybody what we're talking about? Because anybody listening is probably like, what's going on?
Yeah, no. Absolutely. So last night I was at a PR event. I was at a sort of a relaunch for a pub/restaurant near me called The Cliff. It is in Poole, if anyone wants to go. It was absolutely incredible. So they've completely like stripped it down, rebuilt it, put an extension on, like redecorated, and they did this big PR event where it was the like full bar, as much food and drink as you wanted from their full menu. Like, it was just insane. I've never been to an event quite like it. So obviously fully indulged on everything that was on offer. Because like you'd order a glass of wine, they'd be like, do you just want a bottle? Like, you could take home if you don't drink it now. For everything.
Oh, perfect. Yes, I'll take 4.
That's exactly like people were like ordering the like Chateaubriand Shara just for themselves. Like I think one table ordered every single starter and every single dessert for like the 2 of them. It was bonkers. I've never seen anything like it. But that's what I was doing last night, which is why I'm a little bit
fragile.
No, a little bit shaky today. Yeah, got my water. So.
Yeah, that's it. That'll help. Flush it out.
Rehydrating, you know.
What did you eat last night? What did you go for? Because that menu looked amazing.
The menu was really, really good. It was actually really hard to choose. So I actually took my mum with me last night.
Okay, nice.
As my little first one. So we did 4 of the starters. So we tried. There was I'm not gonna remember what it was actually called, like an Asian beef dish, which was absolutely incredible. Duck liver parfait, unreal. Nice. God, what else did we eat? Oh, prawns with like feta and chili and tomatoes. She got the oyster mushrooms, but I didn't eat them because I don't like mushrooms.
Okay. No.
I know, little foodie sin, but I don't like mushrooms. The fillet steak.
Nice.
They had that pork belly dish that was on the menu that you saw with the scallops and the dauphinoise potatoes. We got that as well, which
was that good? Yeah.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was so good. Like and a chocolate brownie, obviously.
Oh, okay. Now here's my foodie sin. I don't like brownies.
I'm gonna hang up now.
That's it. All right, thanks for tuning in. See ya.
Nice to meet you. Bye. That's not it. How can you not like brownies?
It's the texture.
Why?
Like, it's brownies and potatoes are exactly the same for me. I know that sounds absolutely weird, but
sorry.
But like, I don't. When it's gammy, you know, when it's like really tacky in your mouth. Does this make sense, or does this sound weird?
What brownies are you eating?
Brownies always like, you're like when you're eating them, you're like
gooey. Okay, they're like gooey, I guess.
But yeah, like if you were to eat glue. That's what I don't like. It makes me gag. I
think you're eating some really bad brownies. I don't think you're having good brownies.
I could be.
And potatoes. Sorry, do we not like potatoes either? Because that is a sin.
I like potatoes, but they got to be a certain way. Like the mashed potato I've got to put a decent amount of butter and milk in it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
If it's too dry and it's too gammy, again, it makes me gag. Like, and I'm like, ugh.
That's so bizarre. I've never heard anyone say that before.
Yeah, I've only ever met one other person that's like this. So yeah, it's very odd, but that is my foodie sin.
That's worse. The brownie one, I think, is the worst one. I don't know if you can be a part of the foodie world.
I know. The amount of people are like, oh, look, I've been gifted these blondies and these brownies, and I'm there like, it's like the best I want to be like you.
I want to enjoy the cake.
Exactly, but I can't. It's one of those things.
That's crazy.
But maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just not having the right one. So if there is any brownie company that's listening right now who wants to gift, because I don't want to be wasting money, then
change your mind about brownies.
Exactly. Have you ever seen those memes where it says it's like a discussion point and then it says change my mind and it's a picture of like a bloke sat there at the table? Yeah. That's what I need to create. Like, I don't like brownies, change my mind.
Change my mind. That's it. That's like a date. You're gonna wake up one day and just floods of brownies everywhere. You're not gonna be able to move for brownies.
Well, Kirsty would be happy with that. Like, she loves brownies, so.
Oh, well, there you go. At least you've got one person with sense in the house.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
With sense on that, at least.
So the first question I have for you is like a double barrel question.
Okay.
And it's, when did you start your account? And why did you start your account?
Oh, Ooh, okay, good question. So
I love hearing people's stories. Like everybody's got a story, and it's always so like there's some people who've had eating disorders, and they've actually opened up on one of these before around their eating disorder. So it's great to hear people's stories around why.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love hearing people's like backgrounds and stuff like that. So I will be asking you in a second. But so I started my account just over a year ago. So I think it was either end of April, beginning of May, 2021 is when I started it. And it was kind of like, so I've had a really complicated relationship with food pretty much my whole life. I was the really, really overweight kid. Right. Like I was the really fat, nerdy kid who would sit in the library all day, like would just sit and read and not talk to anyone and stuff like that. And growing up like that was like not easy. So I always had kind of a complicated relationship with food. Yeah. And so like I kind of dealt with that and kind of found the sort of joy in food, I think probably through the lockdowns. Okay. Because it was just me and my parents here through the lockdowns, obviously, and food really kind of became the thing that like kind of like changed up the day, or like the thing that we gravitated towards and centered around would be like trying a new local business, or like making something together. Like me and my dad started cooking more, and food sort of became the focal point of our life through the lockdown. And I think that really, for me, the kind of communal aspect and the joy of sharing food and sitting together and being with family, I don't know, I feel like I kind of just wanted to immerse myself in that a little bit more. And it was just something I sort of sat with for a really long time. And one night I had a few drinks with a few mates and I was like, oh, I've been thinking about doing this. Would you all think I'm really sad? They're like, no, that sounds amazing. Like, you should absolutely do it. And it's just made it then and there, and kind of never thought anyone would ever see it. It was really just for a bit of fun, and it just kind of spiraled so far out of what I ever thought it would be.
Nice. How many followers are you at now?
I think it's around 3,300 ish.
Pretty good, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
It's like saying it out loud makes me kind of realize that's like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like. I try really hard to not get bogged down in like the algorithm and the followers and the likes and stuff like that. Because I think if you let yourself get too immersed in that, it stops being fun and it stops being what it's supposed to be. So I try to not really think about it in terms of, oh, there's actually this many people that are potentially interested in what I have to say. And I always think that when brands reach out and like do collaborations and stuff like that, why do people care about my opinion?
Yeah, I know. Like, why?
Why is anyone interested in what I've got to say about anything? But like, yeah, it's been crazy. For sure.
Just Googling, what is the Bristol Palladium capacity? Oh no, it's called the Hippodrome, isn't it?
The Bristol Hippodrome.
Let's have a look. What's the Bristol Hippodrome? What do you call it? Capacity, isn't it? Capacity. Let's have a look. I'm having to type with one hand because I don't have a keyboard. Okay, you could fill the Bristol Hippodrome nearly twice with your amount of followers. Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Crazy.
So if you ever do a meet and greet, Bristol Hippodrome,
I'll feel really popular because it'll be full.
Yeah, exactly. And there'll be people queuing up outside.
Bizarre. That's really, really bizarre.
There we go.
Oh my God. But I want to hear your story. I'm switching it around on you. I want to hear why you started your account. Yeah.
So I started 2 years ago in August. Literally before COVID hit, I used to travel every other week for work. So I was going like California, I was going to Milan. Yeah,
like, it was exciting travel, not
exciting
like
travel. Yeah, I did go. The only place I went to in the UK was Yeovil, which that was one of my first places I went because I was teaching my old company, like, because I was literally working with the software at my old company. Then I moved, and then I taught my old company the software. So it's like a round circle. And Manchester, and I quite enjoyed Manchester.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Manchester. Never been.
Good scene. So yeah, I was traveling every other week. I took my camera with me wherever I went. My boss, he's a photographer as well, so that used to play really nicely, because then we'd go somewhere, go take pictures, and just enjoy the travel as well as having to work whilst you're traveling, kind of thing. So I had like a travel account, and that it's still going now. I've posted recently because of obviously of New York, but it got to a point where I had to keep taking social media breaks, because I was like, I'm putting so much effort into this and I'm getting nothing back. Like, it's going nowhere. I enjoyed the photography aspect. I mean, we've all been there, absolutely. And then COVID hit, so obviously all the travel stopped. So I'm sat at home and I'm like, shit, what do I do now? I've got this camera, which actually, funny enough, I bought my new camera a month before COVID hit.
That's got a sting.
And it was quite a big purchase as well. And I phoned Kirsty as well. I was in the States, and I said, look, this camera is it's normally like £1,400, and it was on offer for like $800 in the US. And I was like, it's just one of the cameras I really want. So I was like, but it's a lot of money. And Kirsty was like, well, you've worked hard, just get it. I was like, okay, I'll get it. So I got it, and then a month later I stopped using it.
That has got a sting.
So I was like, what do I do now? So I posted on, it was about 2-3 months into lockdown. I posted on Facebook in where I was living at the time. I said, look, does anybody want any product photography doing? I just want to pick up my camera. I want to do something. And I had a load of bakers that messaged and said, oh, we'll send you our cakes and stuff. And I was like, okay, this will do. So I'd like a cream tea. I had cakes. I actually had brownies, but Kirsty ate them.
So we'll do cake. We just won't do brownies.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, right.
So I started taking photos of that, and I was like, oh, I'm actually quite enjoying this. I'm quite enjoying the food photography side. And I think if you ever go back into my history on Instagram and you look at my first photos, which are fucking awful, by the way, like, absolutely, I'm not ashamed of them, because everybody starts somewhere, but it gives you a sense of how much you've grown as an account. So if you go back, they're quite dark, black backgrounds and all of this, which as you know now, that's not my photography style. It's all very light and bright and so that's my story of why I started.
So for you, like, the photography came first and then the food came second.
Yes,
which is quite different. I have not heard that a lot. For most people, I feel like it's the other way around. So that's really interesting.
And I don't follow a lot of photographers, I'll be honest.
No?
I only have a couple on there that I follow, but the rest of is just food, and that's just because of inspiration. Like, everybody inspires me with the food they create. I'm like, oh, I want to try that. I want to try and make it, because it's a culinary journey as well, isn't it? That you're going on.
For sure.
But there's my story.
Interesting. Because your photos are stunning, by the way.
Thank you.
I have to say, they are unbelievable.
It takes a lot of effort.
So me with my little iPhone, just like tap it in 30 seconds and then I'm done. And then you've got this gorgeous production set up.
But if you notice, I only post like once a month. Because I see people posting regularly, and that's because they just have the ability to snap the photo. It looks absolutely fantastic and post it. But I can't remember who I was talking about this to. I was talking to somebody about, like, everybody sees the photo, but actually it takes a whole day for me to create that photo.
Wow.
Because by the time that I've gone to get the ingredients, cooked it, set up the photography studio, photographed it, cleaned up,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It takes
that
the
is a
whole
full
day.
production, yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, I love it though. Like it's great fun. And maybe one day it'll take me somewhere. I'm not fussed at the moment. I love my job, and I love doing this on the side. But so yeah, there you go.
Interesting. Yeah. Very cool.
Did you want to go with a question next?
Yeah, I've got a little list next to me.
I've got my list on my right.
Nice and prepared. Okay, well, while we're at beginnings and stuff, so what's one piece of advice you would have for someone that's thinking about starting a food account or like any sort of hobby Instagram account?
Oh. Did this come from a follower? Did you
This was me. This was me.
You.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. What's my one piece of advice? I would say just do it. Just go for it. Don't we as society spend a lot of time thinking like, oh, I have to plan this out properly. I have to do it. Fuck it. Just do it. Just go. It's Instagram. Just go, be free, be creative, do what you want. And see where it takes you, and learn from it as well. And the other side is, and I did a reel on this as well, is don't look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Don't look at them. Do it for you. Do it for what you enjoy.
Yes.
And create those kind of relationships with people, like with you and with the rest of the foodies that we have in our WhatsApp group. Just having those people just like my photos, that's enough. Because you're like, they're the people that I have that relationship with, along with others that you talk to on Instagram. Oh god, we went deep there on a Thursday evening.
It happens when you're a bit hungover. Deep chats.
Yeah, you need it. What about you? What would be your advice?
I probably kind of along a similar vein. It would just be care what other people might think. If you like whatever content you want to create, if you want to sit and chat to your like story like you're an influencer and do like unboxings or whatever, it doesn't matter if 2 people watch it. It doesn't matter if someone thinks you look like an idiot. If you're enjoying it, just don't care what other people think about it, because like you said, you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for anybody else.
Yeah.
Just keep your mindset on that. Keep it on you doing it for you. Don't start doing it for other people, because you do lose it. I think we've all been in that place where we lose why we're doing it, and it just stops being fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even if you do have 2 people looking at it, that's 2 people still.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean I don't know who has the most followers on Instagram at the moment. Justin Bieber or whoever it is.
One of the Kardashians, maybe.
Yeah, they started at 0 at some point. Like everybody does. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that would be mine.
Okay. So somebody asked, which you've already answered in the WhatsApp group.
Oh god, okay. Oh god.
Is what do you do for a living?
So at the moment, I am a freelance social media consultant. So I run my own social media business. I help other small businesses with their social profiles. So content planning, scheduling, creation, engagement, like growth strategy, stuff like that. So I live on Instagram, basically.
That's a life, isn't it?
It's something. It is something. It has its goods and bads, like positive and negatives to it. I know it makes the whole foodie account side things a little bit harder, because sometimes when you're doing it all day, the last thing you want to do is go and do it again in your free time. But I do love it. I love what I do, and yeah, it sounds impressive. So that's always cool. And I was like, oh my god, you run your own business. I'm like, yeah, but just me sat on my sofa with my cat. Like it's nowhere near as exciting as it sounds like it is, I swear.
So do they provide you content, or do you have to go get the content and make it and stuff?
It depends on the client.
Okay.
So my main client is a chain of department stores, and they will send me the photos. I have sort of, back when I first started with them, sort of set out the sort of things we'll look for, and then hope and pray that they will at some point send them to me. But because there's one of them's local to me, but the other two are up north, so I can't physically go and get them. Other local businesses, I would create the content myself. So it's really dependent on whoever it is.
And how do you find creating content for them?
I prefer doing it myself than getting other people to send it. I'm really fussy. I'm really, really a perfectionist. Like, for every one photo I post, there's probably about 50 others that I just don't think are quite good enough.
Right.
So when I'm doing it, I'm in control of that. I can make it as good as I want. I don't really like my work to be at the mercy of other people's standards, if that makes sense. I really enjoy, that's my favorite part of my job, I would say, is actually physically creating the content.
I understand that. I do understand that. Because in my job we have to create presentations, so slides when we're teaching. I have a standard.
When other people don't quite get
other people have different standards. Let's say some are very design inclined. Sorry if that person's watching who knows they're not very design inclined.
No, they probably think theirs are better than yours, is the thing. They probably think they're the design inclined one. They know what they're doing.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I've got this wrong.
Maybe it is you. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's us. We're the wrong ones. I don't think about that. No.
There we go.
No.
That's what you need to think about in a hangover, is self-doubt.
I've had enough of that today. I don't need that anymore. Jesus. Right. Should I come in with one?
Sure.
What was the best place you ate in New York when you were
there? Right. So I need to be honest here.
Oh God. Okay.
I was ill throughout pretty much the whole of my trip.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
So 2 days before we went, I came down with a massive cold.
I remember you saying in the group chat,
a huge cold. And it was you know when you get those colds where your body's heavy and achy as well. I had that and I just couldn't get out of bed. So Kirsty went to the pharmacist. I pumped literally everything I could into my body because I was I am going to New York. So my appetite was very low. I don't think I ate anything really on the plane. I don't even know.
You didn't miss much.
Let me show you the photo of what they served in economy.
Oh no, it's going to be disgraceful.
Oh, it was hideous. So even though I had a low appetite, even this didn't. Where's it to? Do you ever go through your images and go, shit, I took a lot of images?
Yeah, I get a little bit like embarrassed by it. I can't look at my photos too much. I'm like, why have I got so many? Why are they all of the same thing?
So I'm going to prepare you. This is meant to be meatballs, okay? Right?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna.
I can see it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where's the sauce? It's my first. What?
There is like the windows in the way.
That's disgusting.
It was horrendous.
No. Well, thank God you didn't have any appetites. You didn't have to eat.
Yeah, exactly. So and then obviously throughout New York, my appetite was very low. We went to this barbecue place called Virgil's. And that was fantastic. We had I can't remember what it was called. It was like this huge meat platter. So it had ribs on it, it had pork belly, it had brisket, it had pulled pork, all this kind of meat on it.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I only ate a little bit. That was the issue. Oh, we had cornbread. I love cornbread over there.
I love cornbread. I'm so with you.
So good.
So pro cornbread, yeah.
So that was great. We went to Bubba Gump Shrimp as well. That was fantastic. But I think my favorite place was the pizza tour.
Of course it was. It's going to be, isn't it? It's
of course. And it was the first place we went to, which was Kestes. And they just had this beautiful pizza that had like, it was like a smoky kind of mozzarella on it, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
So yeah,
That sounds amazing.
that would be my favorite. Have you been to New York?
Yes, but I was 13, I think. So
You won't remember your favorite place to eat there.
no. I remember drinking a lot of Shirley Temples in the hotel bar because everyone else was adults and drinking properly. So I had my little mocktail.
Oh.
That's all I remember.
Nice.
No, mate, I need to go back. What a shame.
Yeah, it was. It was fantastic. Like, I didn't let it like take anything away from me, but
yeah, just a bit like of a frustration, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so for you, we haven't got through many questions.
I know, we've just been chatting.
So what would be the most exciting thing that would come out of you having a foodie Instagram account?
Ooh. Are we okay? So like dream big, kind of the biggest thing. Being sent on like a food tour, like an international food tour. Like, imagine if we just got sent to like Italy to do like a food tour or something like that. That would be like, I don't even know if that's something that happens. I don't know if people get to do that, but because I love traveling. I absolutely love traveling. I love trying like local food and stuff like that. So that would be really cool. If anyone does that, I can fill up the Bristol Palladium Hippodrome, whatever it is. I'll come. Let's go. I got people.
That's a pretty good dream, to be honest. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Especially if it's all paid for as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not had people in my life, like friends and stuff like that, saying like, oh, do you want to like turn it into a job? Do you want to get paid for it? And like, not really. I'm not really fussed about that. I'm certainly not interested in turning it into like a full-time thing, because then I think again the joy would go out of it. If you want to give me free stuff, well, I'll take that. Exactly. I'll take the free trip, man. Exactly. Like that. Want to send me somewhere for free? I will go in a heartbeat.
But the pressure's on when it's a job. Because like, I've got to keep this up. I've got to recur. Keep recurring this kind of revenue.
Or you're going to lose your livelihood. And I think that just, for me, I wouldn't want to do that, I don't think.
Yeah.
But what would you want out of it? What do you want out of 92 plates?
You know what? I was actually thinking about this the other day, which is weird. I would love to have my own chat show like this, like a food chat show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that would just be amazing. Just to kind of get different foodies on, get different like restaurants on as well, and just talk about food and everything food, go visit their restaurants and what have you.
That's a good one.
That would be probably something great alongside as well. I would love, it's kind of like the same kind of channel as you, of doing a food tour. But what the thing I have in my head is, obviously the foodie community is huge. Like, there's loads of people on there that are saying like, go to this restaurant and go to this restaurant. What I would love is to visit different places, meet those foodies, but meet them in their recommended restaurant. And have a chat with them about the food whilst we're eating the food and stuff. Like,
such a good idea.
I would love that. And if Food Network or Vice or anybody's watching, MTV, whoever, I don't care.
Mate, even if it's BuzzFeed, like, come on, let's go.
Exactly. Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would love to do. Yeah. One day, maybe one day.
Put it on the bucket list.
Let's blow this channel up, so then people and like Food Network are like, yes, we need to give this guy a show.
We need this guy. We need this guy. Oh no, I love that. That's such a good idea. I love hearing, because then you're going to get people who are so passionate. Like that's always the best thing, is hearing people talk about something that they're so passionate about.
And this is the thing I find is, like, we're foodies like us. I think we love what we do. So we love talking about it.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if you go higher up the ranks and you get those people with like 100,000 followers and more who want money and all of this, then it's like, well, are you only going to talk to me because of the money or because you want to talk to me about food? Do you know what I mean?
Do you still care about the food, or do you just care about the paycheck kind of thing?
Exactly. Like I'm loving watching Hungry for It at the moment. Please tell me you've heard of Hungry for Oh my god. Do you know Big Zoo?
No.
Oh.
Am I going to be kicked out of the foodie group?
Yeah, that's it. You're gone. I think I'm admin on the WhatsApp group, so you're out of there too.
Right.
Big Zoo is he was a rap star, but then he's turned into like a chef / foodie kind of person.
Right.
Okay. He's got his own TV show on, I want to say BBC. Yeah. And now he's just brought out a new show with Stacey Dooley and somebody called Chef KK. And it's called Hungry for It, and it's amateur cooks, and they do all these challenges, and then it's to win a tour or something around like international, to work in restaurants and stuff.
Sounds amazing.
So, yeah. Do you follow somebody called Buffet the Vampire Slayer?
No.
She's fantastic. Honestly,
I'm doing terribly, aren't I?
All these answers are wrong.
I'm really not doing well here.
When we get off this Zoom, you need to go follow Buffet the Vampire Slayer. She's on the show as well. So I followed her before she was on the show. I sound like one of those pricks now, don't I? Like I was there before it was cool.
Like, I'm a real fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And her food is amazing, absolutely incredible. So now she's on this show and I'm like cheering her on and all this. And Kirsty's like, oh, is that the foodie? I'm like, yeah, that's her. And all this. So I'm like proper fangirling and stuff. And we might have a date for a foodie club chat with her as well.
So, that sounds exciting. I'll have to get all clued up so that I can be a fan too.
Yeah, absolutely. So then remember, I was there before it was cool. You were there
first. You were there first. Okay, yeah. Top spot goes to you, but I'll just slide in underneath. It's fine.
But that's the show that I'm loving. Absolutely.
I've got a list of things to check out now then.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to send them to you as well.
Yeah, please do, because I will forget otherwise. So please do. Yeah, that'd be great.
I see that we do only have 2 minutes 30 seconds left on this, which sucks.
I can't believe that it's gone that quickly.
Yeah, so it sucks that Zoom limits me to 40 minutes. That's what sucks. So Zoom, please sort it out. Because I don't want to pay. So. Yeah, and I don't want to pay.
Pays for Zoom. No one pays for Zoom.
Exactly. We're still in coronavirus times.
Yeah, come on. Cost of living. Have you seen petrol? We can't afford Zoom. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
So I'm going to ask the last question. And it's a very important question, okay?
Oh, God.
And this is a make or break for our friendship.
Oh no, because I'm going to get it wrong.
And I feel I have asked this before.
Okay.
And I can't remember. And I did try and search the WhatsApp group, but I can't find your answer.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm scared.
Pineapple on pizza. Yay or nay?
I love pineapple on pizza.
Yes! Get in. That is the right answer.
I'm the biggest champion of pineapple on pizza. It is my favorite thing. Yeah,
it tastes very, very amazing.
It's incredible. Pepperoni and pineapple is the winning combo.
See, I've been told about this, right, by one of my friends, and she keeps telling me, try pineapple and pepperoni, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll try it and stuff, but I'm not convinced.
It is because it's like the really salty with the sweet. It is an absolute win. Like,
nice.
I'm so relieved. I was so stressed.
Well, you answered right. Unfortunately, we do have
something right.
Unfortunately, we do have less than a minute left, so we do need to say goodbye before this cuts off. Oh,
yeah,
so sad.
it's so sad.
I might have to start paying for the Zoom premium so that I get a full hour, because I missed those 20 minutes.
Yeah, makes all the difference.
Yeah, but I just want to say thank you very much for having me. No, you don't have.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm telling you what to say now. Thank you for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure we will do another one of these. We'll do a part 2.
Had a fabulous time, and I'm very keen for a part 2. Thank you so much.
Good.